Hello everybody. So for today's video, we will be creating an image gallery using React Tailwind and a package from NPM called React Image Lightbox. For this project, we will also be utilizing the Unsplash Image API. So I suggest that all of you guys go to the Unsplash developers link and register yourself as a developer. I'm going to pause this video over here and register myself as well. And then we will be back onto the project, getting started with setting up our React app. Why do I not have an application over here? Okay, well, we can just go ahead and do this again. Accept terms, application name, image gallery, description should be, this is just a demo app where we will be creating an image gallery using React and Tailwind. Create. Okay, why is it stuck? This page isn't working. Okay, it says application created. Where are our apps then? Okay, here is our newly created application. Once we go in here, let's see what we will find out. For some reason, it's not working. It's probably not ready yet. We can go ahead and set up our React app meanwhile, okay? Let's go to our VS Code. We'll start our terminal. And we will say npm create Vite at latest and /. So these are the items that I have from my GitHub repository. You don't need to be worrying about them. It says the current directory is not empty, which means that we already have some files, and it gives us some options to choose: cancel the operation, remove existing files, or ignore existing files. So we are going to do ignore existing files. We are going to go with React. We are going to go with JavaScript, and we have everything that we need. Now what we are going to do is we are going to run npm install. Meanwhile, we will remove this public folder, which we don't need. And we will be removing this assets folder here as well. We won't be needing this either. We won't be needing app.css either. We'll remove it, and we will also empty the rest of the files. We will be taking everything out of here. Save it. We'll be taking everything, not everything, just the things that we have removed. We'll take them out. We don't need this use state over here, and we will just empty the entire app component. Okay. There we go. Now what we are going to do next is we're going to install Tailwind into our app. Once again, we love Tailwind. It helps us make things very easier in the styling terms. Okay, we'll do the install command. We will import it in our Vite config like this, and we will also be adding this over here in plugins, Tailwind CSS. Cool, and there's a last import that we will be adding into our index.css file. Okay, now we'll go back into our app.jsx and we will test out if it's working well, once again with a div. And in each one, we will say this class name, bg. Let's just go with a very dark one this time. Text white, and we can say h screen, sorry, width should be full and text should be center, and padding should be 5. And here we can just go ahead and say class name text to Excel. And once, okay, so this is done. We'll also go ahead and install our image lightbox npm package. Okay, we have the command over here. We'll just go ahead and use this. Cool. Let's go ahead and see if our Unsplash app is now working. And we can get the API credentials, hopefully. I'm not sure though, why is it like not responding at this point? Shouldn't be behaving like this. Let's go to the documentation, registering your application. Go to your apps and fill in the required details. We'll be in demo mode and we'll be rate limited to 50 requests per hour. This is okay, that's fine, but why is it not working? Okay. So these are all the API endpoints. But we need the API key. It's operational over here, but we need the API key probably from the app, which doesn't seem to be working as of now. Okay, we'll try to find an alternate route to this. Meanwhile, let's just do npm run dev. Our Vite server is live. Let's go. So I've already it's from the previous app. Okay, our app is working perfectly fine. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and maybe look for another way instead of the Unsplash API. We can probably find another API from somewhere. Okay, let's just go ahead and create our API. No. Let's find out if we have another free API. Free image API. We have pixels. Is it free or what? I think it should be. No. Let's see this Reddit post. Okay, we have these images. Okay. Cool, we can use this. Let's go ahead with using Picsum instead. Let's get started with creating our gallery component. It will be called gallery.jsx. We will use our React snippets and we will call this gallery. In here, we will be returning an empty container for now. And okay. Let's just do a div. Sorry. And inside it, an image. Okay. Okay, and Actually, we'll also be implementing lazy loading with this, just to help you understand the concept of lazy loading. So on our div, we can add our class name here. It can be a grid, and grid equals to md, grid equals 3, and g grid equals 4. Gap should be 4, and we can also have a padding of 4. Okay, and in our so now what we are going to do is we are going to fetch a couple of images. Let's see if we can fetch more than one images using Picsum. Okay, yes, we do have this list. It will return 30 items per page by default. To request another page, okay. So what we are going to do now is we are going to have our images stored in a state variable, set images, use state, cool. And then we can go ahead and use effect. We won't be using the Unsplash API here. Instead, we'll be using the Picsum API. And once that's done, we'll do, let's just wrap it up over here. Response.data, and close our use effect over here. Perfect. We did not import our use effect, and import, yes. Cool. Now images are not being used anywhere, right? We have imported the images by using use effect, and we will now be utilizing these images over this image tag. We'll go here and we'll say images and images.map. Okay, we don't need all that. Instead, we will just be returning an image tag. What do we have as a return? We have ID, we have width, height, URL, download, URL, and author. Okay. So in this source attribute, we will be using image dot URL. It's URL, right? Yes, it's URL. Image dot URL, and we'll be using key here for index, and we'll be using alternate text. We don't need that. Here we'll be setting up an attribute loading to lazy. What this is going to do is it's going to slowly import all of those images while the page loads, right? It's not so when the images are like we are importing 50 or 60 images on a single page, once we load them all at once, it's going to take a lot of toll on the network, and the website's load time and the time to first paint will take a lot of time, right? So usually what we do to cater that situation where we don't want a lot of images to load at once, we put this loading attribute and set it to lazy, so that our website can start loading itself while loading the images on slowly on the site, right? So that's the concept of lazy loading. Okay. I hope you guys understand the concept. If you don't, leave a comment in the below this video, and I will make another video totally around lazy loading and explain it separately. Okay, now we go towards adding some class names to this. We'll give the image a full width. We can give it a height of say 60, and we'll say object cover, and we will say it should be rounded and LG, and it should have a shadow MD. Cool. Now let's just import this gallery component in our app component and see how it looks. Okay, gallery, and it's imported, completed. Here we go. Now we go to our app and we have stuff, but it's like the images, probably the URL or something is not set properly. So let's see. Oh, you're getting these images from Unsplash. Why is that? Where are we getting these images from Unsplash? Okay, let me try this out in my browser and see if there's an image. Oh, actually there is an image. Okay, let's see what else do we have here. Let's try the download URL instead. Yep, that works. So the previous URL that we were using was from Unsplash, and if you see, if I use that when I use that URL here in the bar, the address changed to another address, and that's why there was a rerouting going on the server side, which is why we weren't able to use those images previously. Okay, so we have a simple image gallery over here that we have built using our React and Tailwind. And now we'll add our lightbox. Okay. Okay. Let's make it slightly more appealing in the app.js. As well, we'll add just some styling to it, to a div. Class name, we'll go minimum height should be screen, and BG should be gray 100. Okay, we can add flex call, item center, and justify center. Cool. And now we can just add an H1 down here. Okay, that looks kind of nice. Okay, text gray 800, MY6. Okay, let's just change this to MY6 instead, and give our text a slightly darker color. Let's see how that looks. Okay, we'll add the lightbox effect right now, and that's going to change our game. Okay, this looks nice. I think we can. Okay, let's just go and set up our lightbox now. We'll go here in our gallery component, and we will import lightbox from image lightbox, and we will also import its styling. Oops. Import, absolutely, we'll get its styling. We are going to set over here variable is open, absolutely. And we will also set a variable with a current image index. This variable, the photo index variable, is going to hold the current index for us. And I'll show you why that's important for us right now. Okay. Now what we have to do is we'll just go here within our div. After our map has completed, we'll go here and we will check is open. Cool. And that actually so GitHub Copilot does a lot of work for us. I think this is probably right. We have main source, we have the next source. Okay. And I think this should technically be working fine. Let's just go here. Okay. So let me just take you to the image lightbox and see how it looks for ourselves. We'll probably have a demo over here. See? It's like kind of this carousel where you can just go ahead and view a non-stop set of images that you have set up. Okay. Now let's go back and see why is it not working for us. Are we missing something? Is there an error? Okay, so we don't have an error. Oh, I didn't import it. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so we have our gallery component over here, but not the lightbox yet. The lightbox should not be appearing like this. Since it's an image gallery, once we click on an image, it should be able to show us, right? So once we click on the image, the lightbox that we saw in here should be appearing for us as well. So what we are going to do is we are going to implement that on click function and set the is open true for us and set the current image index to the download URL. Let me show you how. We are going to do on click and we will be creating a function in here which will set photo index to image dot. Okay, it's going to set to the download URL and set is open to true. That's all we have to do in the on click function. Let's see if it works. Oops, looks like we have some kind of an error. We'll find out what. Okay, let me see. Properties cannot read properties of undefined leading URL. What? Okay, but it does exist. So why are we... okay, let's just set it to image instead. Okay, we still have an error. Cannot read properties of undefined reading URL. Oh, okay, so we will be keeping... So, okay, let me show you why that error was occurring. It is still occurring. Global is not defined. Okay, this is an error that's coming from React image lightbox. We will simplify the lightbox and we'll just give it just a couple of things. The URL, food images, and I think this should be enough. Okay, we still have this error. Let's see what do we find on internet about this. just copy the name from here, go here and check it out. Okay, let's try doing this. It's probably because of an update. The global variable has been changed to this global, which has not yet been updated in this image gallery, lightbox component from npm, and that's why we are probably getting that error. Let's see if it resolves now. Oh, cannot convert undefined to null or object. Are we giving it the right values? Let's just check if we are giving it the right values. Okay, and download URL. Let's see. Clear this out. Oh my god. And we are not giving it the right index. Let's see. Why is that? Oops. Okay. So it's probably not yet changing. Okay, let me see and find out why is this giving us so much trouble. It's probably the packages. They're not well maintained and there are some things missing. But let's see. Properties of undefined, reading self. Yeah, so the problem is coming from global variable. Uh-oh. Okay, let's try the other alternate that we had, a script or something of the sort. This will go in our index.html at the end probably. Okay, let's see if that helps. Nope, still the same error. Okay, so the problem might be coming from now. If you see, it says the photo index console log that we added over here. The photo index, since we have already set it, it still shows 0 while the index is 4. So the item, our state is being set, but it's not yet reflecting. So we will add a use effect over here to make sure that it reflects the right. Once we do this photo index, then only then we will set is open to true. Okay, let's go and check this out. Okay, so it's initially being set to true. Why is that? Initially, in fact, it shouldn't be 0. Let's set it to null and say if let's test this out. Okay, it's still not working. Let's see if we can over here log photo index and see if it's working fine. Okay, we have the index, but for some reason it's failing to load. Oh, we haven't set the right. Yes, download URL. They should probably be working fine. Let's go back and let's see. Perfect. Absolutely amazing. And now if we do this or the next one, it shows perfectly fine. So we have our image gallery ready. Nice. So if you found this video useful for yourself, and if you learned something, please drop a comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any ideas, or if you want me to make a video on something, or if you want to just challenge me with something, drop it in the comments and let's begin. Thank you for watching once again, and see you in the next video.